I'm quitting the business of pain relief, and this video is my coming out celebration for the next phase of my life. I may or may not continue producing content here on Mobility Mastery. I haven't decided yet, and perhaps you can help me figure that out by watching this video and letting me know if you are on board with my new orientation to pain and freedom. So here's what's been on my mind lately. I have been wondering, have we in the pain relief world unwittingly participated in the widespread numbing of humanity? Have I, with my private practice and online presence? I've been semi-closeted for years around my real mission in life, believing it's not sexy enough to make a living. I've been a coward, if I'm being honest, but I forgive myself because I didn't have all of the puzzle pieces to feel at home in this new paradigm that I'm going to share with you today. Plus, my own trauma patterns around speaking my truth and wanting to belong still needed to change. 2020 shook me awake, and I finally have all of the puzzle pieces and the courage to come out of the closet fully. Those of you who actually read my emails won't be surprised by anything I'm about to share, at least I don't think so. The truth is, promising pain relief, that sells really well. I built a very successful private practice in Boulder, Colorado, based on promising people pain relief. I charged $300 an hour the last time I worked with a private client, which is really good money in the bodywork world. And since 2015, I've been offering the same promise of pain relief online here at Mobility Mastery. Now, while I've almost always gotten great and sometimes even miraculous results for my clients, and many of you here online are getting great results too, this paradigm of pain relief feels like a dangerous one, and I can't participate anymore. I won't. Here's what I know. The absence of pain doesn't equal pleasure or freedom or joy. The absence of pain equals numb, senseless, anesthetized. To anesthetize literally means to induce the loss of consciousness or deprive someone from a feeling of awareness. So I'm wondering, in our quest not to feel certain sensations or emotions, whether naturally or via medical interventions like cortisone injections, or even something as seemingly benign as acetaminophen or Tylenol, have we dimmed our consciousness and deprived ourselves of the awareness of our own being? Did you know that researchers at Ohio State University have proven scientifically that acetaminophen, the primary ingredient in Tylenol, and 600 other medications, has been shown to reduce negative and positive emotions? And in a recent study by the same researchers who wrote the paper I just mentioned, it was concluded that acetaminophen also reduces risk assessment. Well, no shit. Honestly, I'm glad this information is trickling out, but I see this come across my newsfeed and I'm wondering, do we really need a scientific study to prove this? Because science has already established that there are actually no such thing as pain receptors in the human body. There are nociceptors, which are responsible for detecting potential damage to our tissues or possible danger to our survival, and they send messages to the brain, which then has to determine if the threat is credible or not. And then there's neuroception, which is our ability to sense if a situation or a person we're encountering is safe, dangerous, or life-threatening. So the sensation of pain is nothing more than the perception by either nociception or neuroception that we might be in danger. Our job as the owner of the body is to figure out if the threat is real or imagined. This is why trauma is linked to physical pain, because if we believe we're in danger emotionally, the body doesn't really know the difference between that and possible tissue damage or threats to our physical survival. We get the experience of pain either way, and our job is to figure out what kind of danger we believe we're in. But either way, it's worth noting that if pain is present, then at the nervous system level, we believe we're in danger. Isn't that worth paying attention to? Instead, we decide we don't like this thing we call pain. We don't like feeling headaches or jaw tension, gut pain or knee pain, so we pop a pill. And apparently, you might be more prone to bungee jumping gleefully if you take Tylenol. But in all seriousness, we need to talk about this because apparently 25% of Americans take acetaminophen-containing drugs every single week. And it's one of the mildest painkillers on the market. We're not even talking about opioids and the addiction crisis we're facing globally, or the crazy dangerous sedatives like benzos. Painkillers like acetaminophen, by design, interrupt the communication of that potential danger at the central nervous system level so that we don't feel the signal. So hello, of course we wouldn't have access to normal risk assessment when our primary threat detection system has been cut off or diminished. But here's what we're not talking about that I'm committed to making really clear in everything I do from now on that made me want to film this video for you. When we pursue the absence of pain as a goal, whether with Tylenol, cortisone injections, or fascia release, we pursue lack of physical pain, lack of emotional distress or trauma, lack of injury, lack of feelings we don't like. And in doing so, we inadvertently pursue less and less awareness of ourselves and our world. We pursue senselessness. And what about people like me who offer pain relief naturally? Well, let's really think about this for a second. What is pain? We might think about pain as sensations or emotions that are uncomfortable and unpleasant. Feelings like anxiety, depression, anger, headaches, low back pain, trauma, gut inflammation, stomach pain, etc. It's a massive list, right? We also tend to make physical pain mean we think we're damaged or defective. But are we really? Scientifically, as I mentioned earlier, pain is just the nervous system perception that we might be in danger. Do we really want to be relieved of that experience? What if we really are in danger? Do we want to skip that memo and kick that can down the road? A lot of people do, and they tend to end up in my office, but not before going through rounds of tissue-killing cortisone injections, failed surgeries, and years of PT that never worked. So we have our definition of pain, something we don't want to be feeling. When I looked up the definition of relief, this is what I found. Alleviation, ease, or deliverance through the removal of pain, distress, oppression, etc. Money, food, or other help given to those in poverty or need. Something affording a pleasing change. Release from a post of duty as by the arrival of a substitute or replacement. The person or persons acting as replacement. So basically, if you are someone who promises people pain relief, as I claimed for nearly 12 years, oh my gosh, you are implying that the person in pain is experiencing something they need deliverance from, and you are the thing that offers deliverance from the responsibility of tending to it themselves. By using these words, pain relief, we've created a paradigm where our clients and patients are, even if unconsciously, the physically or psychologically impoverished, the physically or psychologically needy and oppressed, while we, the practitioners, nominate ourselves as those who will deliver them from the burden of feeling something they don't want to be feeling. Fuck that. And let me be clear, I believe we can achieve numbness by any means because the end result depends on the goal we set in the beginning. Whether you're using painkillers or fascia release, either can be used as a weapon against the body to anesthetize, numb, and render ourselves senseless. I am here to help you feel more, not less. My mission in life is to help you honor and use all of your senses, and there are for sure more than 5, so you can engage with being human fully and interpret what your body, your psyche, and your environment are trying to tell you about how to live well. In calling my first business Boulder Pain Relief and talking so damned much about pain relief online, I unwittingly perpetuated the paradigm I never resonated with in the first place. I've always called myself a pain advocate because pain is a communication from our body that might indicate tissue damage, but might also indicate unhealed trauma. Our bodies are so much wiser than we are. Here's what I'm all about. Open communication lines between me and my body. transparency and accountability to every emotion and every sensation I feel so I can sense my body and my world with uncanny perception and live well as a result. And my mission is to help you do the same thing. If that sounds like a goal you want to set for yourself, of course. And since we're exploring definitions, let's look at the definition of to sense. Any of the faculties as sight, hearing, smell, taste, or touch by which humans and animals perceive stimuli originating from outside or inside the body. To perceive something by the senses, to become aware of, to grasp the meaning of, to understand. If you've been with me for a while, you might know that I've always said that pain only goes away, at least naturally, when we make sense of it. I didn't realize how poetic that mantra of mine was all of these years. Freedom happens when we are in alignment, body, soul, and spirit. When we honor what we sense and seek to hone those sensing skills so we can understand more, know more, and grasp the meaning of our own body, our psyche, other people's bodies and their psyches, and our world. So in celebration of my coming out today, I invite you to consider shifting paradigms with me if this feels inspiring to you. Typically, when we talk about pain relief, we talk about freedom from. Freedom from pain, freedom from suffering, freedom from injury, freedom from all kinds of things, right? Freedom from trauma. And I'm inviting you to consider trying on freedom to, the freedom to run, hike, move, and play in ways that make us come alive. The freedom to breathe easily, to feel at home in our bodies and know what they need to thrive. The freedom to pursue our passions and unlock our potential. The freedom to live without the fear of pain, and the freedom to develop the skills to help our bodies perform well. The freedom to truly know ourselves and fully experience this life instead of living most of it on autopilot, or worse, living in lack. Because pain relief is for people who want lives of lack. That isn't me, and I hope it isn't you. The freedom to is a conversation that puts the power and potencies back into our bodies, our minds, and our spirits, instead of draining that power and potency by opposing ourselves to pain and enriching those who seek to profit from our ignorance of what we are actually capable of as human beings. And for anyone I unconsciously impacted in a negative way in my previous role of pain reliever, I ask forgiveness. I forgive myself. I know better now, so I'm doing better, and I'm done with that old paradigm. So you should probably know that I'm committed to this new paradigm from now on. And you won't hear me talking much about or promising pain relief on any platform from now on. If this means you unsubscribe, that's okay. There are a lot of people teaching pain relief online, and I hope you get the help you're seeking. And if you resonate with what I'm saying and you plan to stick around, would you be willing to do me a favor and comment below to let me know if this is resonating with you or not? I'm not sure if I'm going to continue on this channel or start a new one. So hearing from you would help me know what to do, or at least help me consider. Because if enough of you actually resonate with this new message and want to stick with me moving forward, then I might keep working from this platform. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me. If you are still here watching at the end, you are who I'd love to hear from. Please, as I just said, leave me a comment and let me know if this is resonating with you, the ability to sense our bodies. Because if we're not sensing our bodies and feeling life fully, and we're seeking pain relief or lack, then we can't do that. Then we're living anesthetized, we're living numb, and we're just kind of going through life on autopilot. That's not what I want to do. It's not what I want to teach. And so I'd love to move forward with those of you who want to live life fully alive. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.